One card and three card readings. Both of these are very common spreads. I guess one card isn't really a spread, but they're very common ways to read the tarot cards. One card readings are both simple and complicated. Simple in that it's just one card to interpret. Complicated in that that one card can bring layers, and also layers and layers of messages and information, especially if you take the time to meditate on and journal about those messages as discussed in the journaling exercises. One card readings are good for yes, no questions, a very specific question, or as a daily guidance card, for example. So let's say someone's doing a one card reading and your intention is to read reversals. You could say upright will be positive or yes, and reversals will mean no. Or you can say a generally positive card is a yes and a negative card is a no. Again, it's up to your intentions, what you put out there. Now, just as an example, let's say you pulled the Empress as a one card reading. Let's say you did this as a daily guidance. And you shuffled your cards and you pulled one card. What is my guidance for today? And you pulled the Empress card. Now, the Empress is, she's motherly, she's nurturing, caretaking, it's Venus energy. So this could be saying, it's a great day to go pamper yourself. Take care of yourself. Go get a massage. Relax a little bit. Go to the farmer's market and buy some fresh harvested food and cook food fresh from the earth. Or, it could even be like bake some cookies. That's very Venus Empress energy. Nurture yourself, take care of yourself in some way. So that would be an example of a daily guidance message from this card. And I want to point out, if you're going to do several one card readings, let's say you have a couple of questions in mind and you want to pull one card for each. If they're very different questions, like one's about work and one's about your relationship, I would shuffle separately and pull a card for each one of those. If they're related, such as, how will my day go and what should I do at the end of the day, you can shuffle and then pull one card for each question. But if they're very different questions, I would reshuffle the cards so you can focus on that question and put the energy into the cards. Okay. Now, three card readings. Three card readings, of course, bring in more details. Like any spreads, they can be blind, meaning no question is put forth, or you can have a specific question. They can be pulled for daily or weekly guidance or monthly guidance, but they tend to be pulled for shorter periods of time. Or each of the three placements can have its own meaning. There are many ways or many layouts for the three card spread, and you can also design your own. Remember, you can create what you want to do with the cards and set your intentions. But here are a few of the common layouts or spreads, and they're typically read from left to right. So I did shuffle and pull three cards here. I had no intention. There's no one I'm reading for, but I pulled three cards for the sake of this lesson. And I'll do an example, but let's go through some of the layouts. So you could read the cards as past, present, and future. Body, as in your physical body. Your mind, as in your thoughts, and your soul, your spiritual guidance at this point. Another way to do three card spreads is the first card is the situation. The second is the action you need to take. And the third will be the outcome based upon that action. Because there's always free will. You cannot follow the advice or guidance that comes up. You can also read it as the first card is what is the opportunity right now? Second card is what is the challenge? And the third as the outcome of this whole opportunity challenge situation. And you can do this as a relationship spread too. The first card is you. The second card is the other. And the third representing what the relationship is right now. So let's just do a little past, present, future reading with these three cards. So first card we have is the Empress. And let's say I'm reading for a woman. And this is our first card. And maybe she's a mother. She's had a very nurturing life. Again, this is past position. She's been a caretaker. She's been a homemaker. And now that is passing. So let's say, for example, her children are all grown up. They've all gone off to college, gotten married. They've moved on with their lives. So in the past, her life was all about being the mother and the caretaker, the nurturer. And now, in the present, she's in the Five of Cup phase. So she's feeling that empty nest. She's missing her babies. She's missing doing all that caretaking. She's not quite sure what to do with herself because now she has so much free time. So she's feeling a little bit of loss, a little bit of grief of what was. Yet there is more waiting for her. She will discover other things that her heart connects to. Not that her children are gone forever, but they're not in the home, they're not part of her everyday life. So she's feeling a little sad, but there is more. She will turn around, she'll work through her process of grief, and she'll discover new passions, new things that she loves to do. And then the future for her, we have the Four of Pentacles here. Now, 4, as I mentioned, is a number of home and family. So, she's holding tight. Her family, her children will always be close to her. Even though they've moved on, they're living their adult lives, they will always be close. There will always be this close-knit connection. The family life, the family connections are stable and strong. I was thinking what else you could say with this. Yeah, that's what I would say the future is here. Stable and strong, but also she herself. She will become more stable and strong and secure in her own self. She will, this stage of 5, this loss, this letting go of the past to make way for the new is a little unstable, right? And she gets more stable within herself. So that's just basically a made up sample way to read a past, present, future. But again, there's many ways to do 3-card readings. 3 cards are very common because they are very versatile. And it does bring in plenty of information and it's not overwhelming. So if you're totally new to tarot, I do suggest practice with a lot of 3-card readings.